I heard you once say that you would do 50 posts a day if you were able to.
If I could, I'd post 200 times a day.
So why, like, do you not think that's too much? Like, why it was just content, content, content?
Because the majority of the people that even now see my content don't know who I am or follow me.
That's very fair.
So until that's not the case,
Hmm.
200 posts a day would be the dopest thing like ever. If I could put out 200 good pieces of content every day, numbers would be insane. And if people enjoy it, then it's more. If they don't enjoy it, then why would they be there in the first place?
That's fair. That's just counterintuitive to what I like when I talk to a lot of people. It's just you make 2 posts in a day and people make a big deal about it. It's
Yeah,
just kind of
people care too
interesting.
much. I mean, if somebody really likes you, right? Or somebody really likes your content, they're going to stay there regardless. If they're on the edge, then they might not. But they'll come back around. Putting out good content, they'll enjoy it. They'll have a laugh. People will send it to them in their friend group chats. Like at the end of the day, in my case scenario, it might be very different if you're a businessman or if you're, making like skits or something like that. But I'm talking about like basketball memes and news and stats. If a trade deadline, is fast approaching, there might be a day where I post 75 times, and in that case, people are going to be super pumped about it because, uh, it's good. Like I would only do 200 in a day if it was all great.
Mhm.
Now I don't think that's possible, but theoretically, if that was possible, that'd be amazing. So it's not like just putting out a ton for the sake of putting it out. It's trying to put out as much high quality as possible.
And so, where do you get your content? You said you curate it. How much of
Yeah,
it is generated by yourself, like that you create?
that I create slash I have somebody create for
Hmm.
me. 40% right now, 40%, and then the rest is sent in through users or like found on Reddit and then crediting those users. Twitter as well, really great place to find it. And the best content, and I think this is true overall on social, especially Instagram, the content that performs the highest from the accounts that curate content is content that is taken from another platform and then credited, obviously, those users,
That's interesting.
hopefully, um, because nobody's seen it before.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
very fair. And then, so your audience is primarily Gen Z, right?
for the most part, yeah,
So, how do you create and curate content with your audience in mind?
because I am my audience.
That's
Yeah,
fair. So, you're just kind of looking for things that you like, and that's how
I'm
you
looking for
share it.
stuff. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna post it. If I
Mhm.
love it, hopefully other people like it, and I'll find out pretty quick if they do.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I think a lot of it has to do with my own judgment on it, and fortunately, like what I talk about is basketball. I'm like, that's my passion. Like
Hmm.
that's what I care more than anything else about. Um, and kind of the nuances and things that I find funny, but also trying to keep it like semi broad still, while occasionally diving super deep and niche for some of the super hardcore fans. Um, just staying on top of it from that standpoint. Yeah,
Hmm. And so, what is kind of your highest performing content? Like, I heard you at one point, it was in the summer, talk about how Donovan Mitchell was like your best content. It wasn't LeBron or
yeah,
anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, what's performing really well right now?
Right now, I mean, it's always going to be LeBron. Anthony Davis stuff is performing very well. Kristaps Porzingis, Luka Doncic content over the past couple weeks popping. Um, yeah, it's really whatever players are in the spotlight, whether they're doing something crazy like they're a rookie and they're playing way better than most other rookies do, um, or you know people are jumping on the legacy bandwagon of a certain player. In this case, LeBron. Kobe stuff usually performs well, but I think really talented youngsters is an interesting trend that I've seen this season in particular. All
Mhm.
their content performs outstanding.
Yeah. And then, speaking of legacy, I wanted to ask, you're a LeBron the GOAT, right? That's your,
Yes.
yeah. Why is that? I'm on the same, I agree. I
Okay.
just want to hear like why you think that.
Bigger, faster, stronger, better in every single statistical category. Treated all of his teammates much better. Made his teammates better around him. When he wasn't on the court, his team performed way worse. In contrast to when Michael wasn't on the court, his team performed pretty much the same. And what he was able to do by himself. That's
No,
it.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
But you did talk about how sometimes you don't create the content, so you have a full team around you now.
Yeah, I have a couple people, editors that freelance, just create content for me, pay them, per like certain amount of posts. and then get those edits back, and then also collaboration posts. So people that are smaller Instagram accounts and then offer to put my logo on pieces of content with theirs as well, and then I promote it, and then it's publicity for them as well, and that's stuff that's usually proposed to me because once I started doing it with people, then a bunch of other accounts wanted to do it. So that's how I go that route.
So when did you start to pay people and like outsource to freelancers with the content?
Uh, it comes in waves for sure, depending on how much content I have. Usually, I need more of that when there's less in the news, because I need to find stuff that stays as high quality as me, breaking the news to my Instagram audience that Kristaps has been traded to Dallas. But I'd say about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago, early 2018 for sure. Yeah.
That's fair. And then was it easy for you to kind of let go of that creative control when you first did it?
I'm still the person that's physically posting or not posting something, but I love getting creativity from other people, hearing other people's thoughts, seeing what other people are interested in. So I love that as well. Yeah.
Are there any like helpful apps and stuff that you've used along the way? Like just an example? Yeah.
Yeah, I can go off. Video Shop is great for video editing. InShot's great for photo editing. Light is great for photo editing. Trying to think what else. Then obviously on computer, Adobe Premiere, video editing. I don't use Photoshop that much, but Photoshop. Trying to think of other great apps. Yeah, I'll pull up my phone.
Yeah.
Glitch is amazing. Fonto is really good. Yeah, Video Shop is great. Yeah, those are my favorites. Yeah.
And then when you're posting, is there like a time of day or a day of the week that you kind of trend towards?
All day. Yeah. I mean, stuff performs better on the weekends because more people are on their phones, especially this time of year when most people are in school. But I think that definitely bodes well the weekend for sure, but all day, every day.
And then so your main focus is Instagram now. I kind of want to look at the other platforms like Twitter. I don't think you use anymore for Hoops Nation.
Not much at all.
Why is that? What motivated that decision?
Time has a lot to do with it, and I didn't want somebody else. I tested this out, having somebody else tweet for me because I didn't have the time to do it to the same extent and at the same volume, while also optimizing for the platform, which I would have done. But I didn't want somebody else's voice in word form